Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our live video session on the fascinating topic of why we age. I'm your host, and today we have the privilege of speaking with the esteemed Dr. Daniela Farkas, a specialized doctor in aging research. Dr. Farkas, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aging is a topic that intrigues many of us. Could you briefly explain why we age and what are the primary mechanisms behind this process?
That is a mouthful of questions. We age because we do die at the cellular level. There are different steps that, specifically 7 steps that contribute to aging. And every single one of those 7 have the ability to kill us. Uh, Sometimes we die because of accidents, like we have a car accident, or we use a gun, or we use very stupid, stupid things in our life, like for example, taking risk that is not necessary, like jumping from one train to the other while they are going very fast with the motorcycles, having a adrenaline rush that could cost us life. But most of the time, we die because the cells in our body die. And why do they die? They die from age-related atrophy at the cellular level. Sometimes they die because of uncontrolled cell division. Sometimes the cells in our body refuse to die and they become something called senescent cells. Most of the diseases that we know of that are associated with aging is because of the mitochondria damage. We also die because toxins accumulate inside the cell, outside the cell, or the intracellular matrix gets very stiff. So those are the reasons that we die. There are no other reasons.
That's fascinating. Are there specific genes or genetic factor that contribute to the rate of at which individuals age?
Yes, genes have a role. About from 100 genes, about 1.5 people that die have gene mutations. The rest of the population, 98 to 99%, die because of lifestyle choices. So this is called epigenetics, or above the gene control. And let's say that I am born with a bad gene. That bad gene does not need to be expressed. That gene could stay in my life dormant from the day I am born until after I pass and never express itself uh, because of the epigenetics that I employ. To put the blame on the gene. Oh, my father had diabetes, my mother had diabetes, I have diabetes, my father had an amputation, I have no, this doesn't have to be that way. That is a cheap scapegoat and the easy way of getting rid of the responsibilities of a person. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Can the aging process be influenced or slowed down by certain interventions or lifestyle choices?
Yes, we could intervene at this point as we speak. There are ways of getting a longer lifespan, a lot longer lifespan, like 150. If
Wow.
people are knowing what to look for and what to do. Uh, the limiting factor is the amount of knowledge a person possesses to intervene at every single step of those 7 steps, because every one of them does carry the possibility of killing you. So let's say that from those 7 steps, you take care of 5 of them and you neglect the other 2. That means those two will kill you before.
Oh, interesting. Are there any exciting therapies or treatments currently being researched that could address the underlying causes of aging?
Oh, yes, there are many. Uh, there are, for example, very recently, this gentleman by name Yamanaka discovered four factors. Uh, they have names and chemical formulas. If given, for example, to rats or to mice or to guinea pigs, they extend life. They could take cells from a body, like skin cell, for example, and when the cells are exposed to those factors for 1 day, it reverses the age of that animal 1 year or the equivalent of a year. And they already did, this guy that invented this or discovered those factors already got the Nobel Prize. This is recent, like it happened now during the COVID pandemic. Uh, that gave us the hope that we could have something that would be like a reboot in the computers for our own body, and we could turn back. Like, for example, I would have a vaccine with those Yamanaka factors, and it would be dormant in my body until I activate it for, let's say, with a short course of antibiotics. And we activate it for 5 days. So in those 5 days, I would turn the equivalent of like 20 years backwards.
Wow.
Those already exist. Yes. We also have the possibility, which I already employed on my own body, of using stem cell. I had an accident, a ski accident, and I broke my knee. I broke the cruciate ligament and I broke the meniscus and I broke the tibial plateau. And I didn't have surgery. Instead, I chose to have stem cell taken from the umbilical cord of C-section babies, and the knee completely regenerated. The meniscus regenerated, the ACL regenerated without surgery, and the bone, the tibial plateau, healed without surgery. No pain. I had one injection done. It's gonna be in September, 7 years. Yes, and I'm still good.
Wow.
But as
Fascinating.
I did this for my knee, other people do it for other organs. Like they could do it for, it's not allowed yet in United States, only in joints. In the joints, it's allowed in 6 joints. The knee is one of the joints. It's also approved, FDA approved for spina bifida stage 3. It's approved for the eye, for people that have like macular degeneration or they have cancer of the eye. They remove the diseased part of the eye. They put a stem cell in the form of a contact lens, stitch it up, and 5 days later, the vision is back. So those already exist. Yes. How much people know about it? Well, they do exist.
Oh, extraordinary. Hormonal decline is often associated with the aging process. How does it impact the way we age? And are there any interventions to manage it effectively?
Uh, Hormones, some of the hormones that we have decline with age. The hormone that is responsible for keeping us young or the fountain of youth is the growth hormone. When we're about 20, the growth hormone starts to go down, and um, it coincides with the fact that the thymus, which is a gland around here, around the neck, uh, it loses its consistency and is being replaced by fat. Um, there are ways of turning back this, and there are ways of taking replacement hormones. For men, for example, another very important hormone would be testosterone. And anybody could have a test and find out the level at which they are. And if a deficiency is noted, which is pretty much on everybody, they could get replacement therapy. Um, I think it's a very wise way of keeping young. It has to be monitored by a doctor because you do not play with hormones. But it is an unbelievable good tool in a doctor's box that could keep patients young and healthy.
Wow, fascinating. And finally, are there any dietary or nutritional interventions that have been shown to promote healthy aging or extend lifespan?
Yes, there are medications that were found that they extend life. There are nutrients or supplements that extend life, and there are regular life choices, dietly speaking, that promotes life. On the medication side, a very common medication by the name metformin that is usually given to diabetics. It is found to extend life. To inhibit a molecule, it's called mTOR, that promotes aging and overall decrease the chances of cancer, decrease the chances of Alzheimer's. Metformin, it's a very cheap molecule or pill. In most of the countries, is given or you could buy it without a prescription. In United States, you need a prescription for a doctor for metformin, but it's an unbelievable safe pill used by probably millions of people for the span of like 60 years. It has a very safety profile. Another pill that is shown unbelievable success, it's called rapamycin. Rapamycin, it's a medication given normally as an anti-rejection drug. In low doses is shown to increase lifespan by up to 30%, 40%. It's unbelievable good. Um, I recently found out about this trial that was sponsored by NIH, where this group of people reverse ages in 8 weeks by 2.5 to 11 years backwards, only with dietary changes and a probiotic. That is with diet. And they were eating a lot of vitamins, a lot of herbs, a lot of cruciferous vegetables, and they were eaten from all the things liver, chicken liver, once a week or twice a week, and drinking enough water and exercising for 15 minutes a day. Unbelievable. I mean, to be able to reverse aging up to 11 years in 8 weeks is mind blowing. Yeah. Uh, Talking about the vitamins in this trial, the only supplement they got was a prebiotic.
No, very interesting. And can you tell us a few words about your book, The End of Aging? What is this book about?
The End of Aging is a book that I recently wrote. Actually, I have it right here. Um,
Wow,
yes.
I see.
Uh, it's really the culmination of my research for the last like 12 years. Um, I researched this subject very intensely because I'm already close to retirement age and I don't want to suffer the ailments that many of my patients or colleagues suffer. I want to have my life full of experiences and full of excitement, the life to be beautiful and not to carry after me a bag of medication, not to have to prick my finger to check my sugar level. I don't want that. I want to be healthy and I want to be full of life. And in order to try to do that, I need to get educated. What exactly contributes to aging? How can I slow it down? Or how can I stop it? Um, Many people laugh when I present them with the evidence. And because I am a doctor and I do not want to be accused of losing my mind, when I tell people that they could live a very good life if they make good choices, I decided to put a lot of research in it. So people would have the research that proves that aging is a disease. And I don't know, I just don't want any part of aging. I want to stay young and
Like all of us.
have.
And it's very important to say that this book is available on Amazon, and you have the link in this page. So if you want to buy this book, you can do it right now. um, so we have. Oh, okay. So you are back. So thank you so much, Dr. Farkas, for sharing your expertise and insights on why we age. It has been an enlightening discussion.
Yes, it was a pleasure, and I hope and pray that we're gonna have this
We have some issues with this internet connection, but it's okay now. We hear you.
yes. No problem. Yes, anybody could find me. I have the links in the book and they could ask questions. We're going to try to do this like twice a week if we can. And whoever listens to this, they could absolutely post any questions. I'm going to try my best to answer all of them and we will take it from here.
Oh, perfectly. And thank you, viewers, for joining us today. We hope this discussion has provided you with valuable information about the aging process. Stay tuned for more engaging conversations in the future. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.